You know what I mean? What am I doing if that's how simple it is? It's not $100,000. It's not that you're going to be
absolutely.
sick for, you know, eat baby food for a month, and you know you went through it.
Well, that's why bypass or the lap band or any of those, I would say, invasive weight loss methods out there. There's a couple out there now. It's really a tool to reteach you how to like reboot yourself, and it forces you. Like at first, I really couldn't eat refined sugars. I couldn't have alcohol because you know like, your body has to metabolize things differently. Milk and things. I had to relearn how to eat. So all those junk foods and the things I lived on or the comfort foods kind of got eliminated right away. And of course, I've crept them back in my diet because my kids like those. But it's like.
But you have crept in moderation, not like these people.
Yes, I used it as a tool, and I was younger at the time, so that my skin had a chance to bounce back. And and that's another struggle is when you have drastic weight loss like that. It is really hard. Like you can be active and work out, and you build up your muscle tone and everything else, but you have this skin issue. So it was a benefit to me, at least. I could bounce that back that way. So I was glad I did it as young as I was, and did that and made the choice for me. And especially looking at my family members that have gone on in the last 8 to 9 years and see the constant struggles that they have. A lot of them, I hear a lot at family parties, believe me.
But you know something, the bottom line is you do have to use it as a tool, because when I was leaving the university that day, I happened to be in the elevator with the girl. And she said, so when are you going to get your surgery? I said, you know what, I'm not going to. I have decided that this isn't the route for me. And she said, why? And I said, because you are no better off today, 13 months after your surgery, than you were the day before you had it done, because you've had 13 months to learn how to eat, to learn how to move, and you have done nothing. Here's my question. Where was all that support staff for those 13 months?
Right, and where was her inner power? Where was her power to say, I could actually accept this change and make it and go for it? Instead of, I paid for it, so it happened. That's what I see with a lot of people. My insurance paid for it, oh, it just will magically happen.
Well, some people come to Elgin's Biggest Loser for that, too. They come, and then when they don't think I'm going to wave my magic wand over them, and they, don't get it, that I'm the tool also for them. I give the advice, I give the motivation. Here's what worked for me. I had one of them get angry with me last week because I told her, bottom line is, 7 days a week, 1 hour of cardio a day. She wrote me and she said, I'm just happy to be moving. But if you're in a program for 6 weeks, you have a free Y membership. Don't be happy that you're just walking down the street to take out the garbage or, walk down the street. 6 weeks, you should be doing at least a half an hour cardio 7 days a week if you haven't worked up to an hour of cardio. One thing that I do want to talk to you about that particularly interests me is how you got interested in childhood obesity.
Absolutely. I would think as a younger kid, I struggled myself. I was pretty active. My parents kicked us out of the house, so we had to run around. And it wasn't really Nintendo and things at the time. So I was pretty active, but I was a chubbier child, so I struggled with it myself. And then when I got married and our son came into our life, he was always heavier and really struggled, and he was very much an emotional eater, like a sneaky eater. He'd be the kid, I'd find the wrappers under the bed and stuff. So, and we really struggled with that, and I had his pediatrician tell me, like, your son's borderline diabetic, and he's going to need to go on medications, and it was just heartbreaking. Like, how do you start solving this problem or trying to make him commit to a change? So we started researching and doing things like that, and I connected with other parents and people out there, and that's really how I became interested in it, because the more you research and learn on your own, the more you can make changes in your family. And the biggest thing was being active as a family, not just saying, why aren't you going outside and playing, child? Go do that. It was let's go bike riding after dinner or walk or something. Yeah, you can't put all the ownership on a kid. They don't know very much.
Give me your idea of what healthy eating is.
Well, right now I'm not the healthiest eater, I should say. I quit smoking a year and a half ago, which made me instantly gain 10 pounds. Yay!
That's fantastic.
It is. Yay, 10 pounds without cigarettes. But that's hard, because now I don't have that crutch, right? Like, I had this little thing I had that I could do.
Why we are laughing is because Mikey quit smoking.
I know, I heard.
169 days.
Yay!
Not that we're has it been that long?
169 days, 35 pounds I've gained from not smoking. Yeah, I'm ballooning.
Yay.
But my doctor told me I have to gain 500 pounds to offset the health benefits of quitting smoking, so I'm still happy.
No, that's good. Yeah. And that's hard, because like when you quit something like that, you have to replace it with activity, or you have to replace it with some other healthy habit, which You know, I find myself in the office, I'll find the vending machine or I'll start snacking or something. That's my, you know, because I can't go outside now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll find like those little vanilla wafers that are $1.25 a machine. They're so good.
Please, no, they're not.
for you.
Poison. The guy, when I came into
They're horrible.
when I came into the studio green room today, the guy was replenishing the stock of all that. What do you call that stuff in that machine? The junk food machine.
That's what you call it.
Stuff.
And I walked in and I went, "Ooh, poison!" And from that moment on, he just totally ignored me the rest of the time he was there. He didn't want any part of it. The reason I ask you about what your idea of healthy eating is because what I find is that our obesity epidemic is only going to get worse if the powers that be, the lawmakers and the medical community and everyone doesn't redefine healthy eating. They need to give people other options in diet, health, and fitness, as we know, and stop telling them that any movement is good. They need to get out and get serious and stop playing at working out. And because everybody knows, I think that I lost my 130, now 150 pounds by cutting white starch and sugar from my diet, I'm very pro-low carb. And that's one thing that really aggravates me on the menus and everything. Like I have pages of statistics here telling how much it is spent on this, that, and the other thing. And I think what it all comes down to is not only fat, salt, and sugar are not the only things making kids and adults across the country fat, but the white starches are big culprits also, and unfortunately size does matter. And it's not really so much that the food industry is making us fat. I think it's more of a personal responsibility. And I also want to say one thing just to make people think. If you must work to put yourself in control by not expecting others to do it for you, by not expecting gastric bypass, lap band, Elgin's Biggest Loser. I'm a tool. I can only give you, here's what I did, and encourage you, or whatever, or be tough love. Obesity is the second leading preventable cause of death after smoking. And did you know, this is what really got me when I read this, and this is what PO'd one of my EBLs, because she felt that I was calling her a sumo wrestler. But did you know that sumo wrestlers' diets consist of a healthy, almost vegetarian soup that they need to wash down huge bowls of white rice that they use to build their body mass? So when you look at a sumo, you think, man, that guy's living on Dunkin' Donuts or whatever the Japanese equivalent of Dunkin' Donuts is, and you know what I mean, all kinds of stuff like that. And what they do is they make this incredibly healthy, fresh, organic broth for them, and then they cram these bowls of white rice in. So what more proof do we need as an obese nation than to understand that rice is one of the ultimate starchy carbs, and that we should look at what it does to sumos, and that's what the white starchy and sugary carbs are doing to us. Because big doesn't always mean better, and the sumo don't need high-calorie foods. They don't need high-calorie foods to bulk up. They just need mass quantities of white starch, and their starch is rice. So, need I say more? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I teach the kids. I say, here's what whole wheat looks like. These are, what unprocessed food looks like. Try not to eat things out of boxes, children. When your parents want to make dinner, get out there and help them. Help them cut up the vegetables. Ask them how to prepare the chicken, why you saute it, why you were baking it. Ask questions to your parents to get them engaged. And these kids are amazing because they want to learn. They'll go home and start, asking, can I buy celery and can we chop it up and put it in that little glass of water?
What does celery taste like, Ma?
Right, instead of buying it all pre-cubed in the baggies, right, at the store.
It tastes like peanut butter.
Yeah.
And raisins.
Yes, exactly. Listen, you're listening to the Laurie Dion-Jones Show on WRMN, 1410 AM. Oh my God, missed the halftime commercials. Tell us about Larry
Oh
Allen.
my gosh, the show must go on.
I
Apparently,
know, see,
Alan,
that's why you gotta hold up signs for me. Halftime.
I forgot my signs.
go down to the left. Well, Allen and Son Seal Coating, there's a sign you all know about. You can always phone them at 847-980-6914. They are the professionals. They take care of you when you call up and ask about all your asphalt needs, and we're delighted. You talked with Larry the other day via your email, did you not, Laura?
No.
Just recently you spoke with him, I thought.
I think that was George.
George recently spoke with him. The conversation was great. And the work even better. 847-980-6914. Allen and Son Seal Coating. Delighted to be a part of the Diva program.